Hello there, right here, and guys, we just finished a 6-hour long testing stream with the viewers in the newest 1.16 snapshot. This is 20W13A. If you guys haven't seen my snapshot review video yet, I'll link it down below, but this is going to be a continuation of that. We're going to go into more detail about these mobs, what they can do, what their limitations are, as well as all the other changes in this snapshot, including villagers and those cool basalt generators. So make sure you guys stick around to the end because we came across some pretty strange stuff. And as always, you guys can join these snapshot testing streams. I'll tell you when the streams start up through my social media, so make sure you follow me there. And don't forget to share the video with others so they can learn about the cool changes coming to 16. Now let's get into those testing discoveries. The guys are working on a super fast rider speedway. There goes Extra. Holy muggers, that is fast. Let's grab one of these rods. They move pretty decent. If you right click. Oh, I'm held up by you guys. We can't really pass each other. Oh, look how fast it is. As soon as they get a lava, it goes so fast. If they touch a wall, they go extremely fast. That's crazy. New lava speedways. Otherwise, they're really slow. Normally, they move like this fast on lava. If they're touching the wall, they move this fast. And they're also like attracted to the this rod.
Faster with ice under it? I put ice under this one.
So it looks like they're a little bit smaller than a 1x1 block. That direction. Height-wise, they're almost 2 blocks, just under 2 blocks. Let's see if we put a trap door in there. Yes, we can. That's about how high they are. Let's check out their data. Data get entity. This guy here. Oh, it looks like pretty normal data. Their health is 20. Being 10 hearts.
Oh,
What is this here? What is this here? Oh, what we got? I think this one's kind of glitched out. We got a adult with a baby riding on top of it, with nothing riding in between it.
Yeah.
With another baby riding on top of it.
That's what I had over here. That's what I had.
Oh, maybe it's a baby on top of a baby, but they're spaced out differently.
No,
Oh, look at that. There's a piglin riding. So they all respawn with a saddle on, but they're like this. So that must be a really rare variation. Dude, this guys, you know what that means? During Halloween, we can get one of these guys with a jack-o'-lantern head on. That'd be so awesome.
Oh,
That'd be so awesome. Dude, the ones that are double stacked babies, those seem extremely rare. I only seen one of those so far. I see a double adult stack, which seems to be more rare than a baby stacked on top of adult. There's quite a few babies on top of it.
I really like this. This is by far one of my favorite mobs in the game.
This guy keeps...
But this one is by far the most messed up one. Can I still put a saddle on this one? Can I still ride this one?
No,
Oh,
you
I can't.
I tried putting a saddle, but you can't.
Okay, let's get the data from this one. F3E. We got the data from this one. Let's see if we can summon in another one just like it. Yeah, I don't think I can summon another one of these guys in. Oh, just wait. Oh, I did. There it is. So our triple one just grew up, and now it's actually 3 adults. I'm guessing them being 3 on top of each other is extremely rare. But they did grow up, and you can force feed them by using these, the fungi. Just like any baby. That's what makes those weird noises. Sounds so cool. Yeah, they drop string when they die, which is kind of strange. I guess that's how they get like string for their crossbows. So you can force feed these things to get them to turn into adults. They're quite small as babies. Most babies in the games are half the size as the adults. And they're all attracted to the food as well. So if you happen to see one of the guys out in the lava, you can kind of lure them towards the edge. These warped fungi. Okay, let's give this guy speed. A little bit faster. Still pretty slow. Oh, it looks so dorky. Okay, so if I right click with the rod, it takes 7 durability, so exactly like a carrot on a stick. And that'll make them go fast. But very similar to like a pig in a saddle, carrot on a stick. And the guys do take damage from water. So I guess you were trying to make like a farm using them. Water is a way to kill them. When they die, they do drop string. Okay, so can we put enchantments onto these guys? Here's Unbreaking. Yes. I can also put mending on it, okay. But other enchantments looks like you can't, so very similar to like a Kerbaras stick. It can make it last longer as well as repair itself. There's a baby piglin riding top of this one. The baby piglin has a sword too. Here's a baby that's riding adult that has a saddle on the baby. Most of the babies don't have saddles on top of them. I guess there's a chance they have saddles on top. That was really strange.
Wait.
It looks like we cannot ride the baby that has a saddle on him.
No.
There's a baby stride, and there's a pig man riding on top of it. Except his height's wrong spot. Oh, I guess technically the pigman's down here. Looks very strange.
I don't know if XDrota made that or if it spawned it. I don't know.
Looks really funny. If there's only one mob, like you can push it, but any type of jockey, including these guys, you can't push jockeys. It'll make them a little more difficult to farm up, because you can't use something like other entities that push them. You can't push them with like sweepers. The striders don't like the rain. That's one way to get rid of all the striders. We got a strider. Oh, we got double strider. Can we get him in a boat? Hey, we got him in a boat. Can we ride the boat now? Hey, look at that. He's safe from taking water damage. Oh, I'm like stuck inside them. They have like a weird like collision. It's like their collision still takes effect even though they're in a boat. You guys point out to me that these guys will take damage from a lot of different types of water except for water splash potions. So if you drop them, actually don't take any damage. That's something they probably should change. There's still a bug where Endermen actually don't take damage from water potions. They'll teleport, but they'll never take the actual damage. Which is something that they said they would fix, but they still haven't. Do we hook this guy with the lead? Oh, you hook him with the lead, they dismount. Okay. Hook this guy with the lead. Hook him to that. That's so cool, you can hook up to leads. Shove him off. Bounce. That looks so funny. So I guess they're like a passive mob then. Only passive mobs can you actually use leads on. Let's get this guy pushed off as well, little guy.
Oh yeah, see they stand on top of each other when they're on the leads and then they stop bouncing.
Ah, yeah. Like one of the few mods that actually can collide with each other.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, and they actually take damage when they hit each other. Huh. So they're kind of like stepping stones in the lava. You can use them kind of... Not that you can really do that, but that's what kind of reminds me of, like stepping stones in lava. So you got levitation all these guys. They do look like balloons, all floating upwards.
There's a 1 in 30 chance that they have a zombie pigling riding it.
Oh, 1 in 30 for zombie pigling.
They also have a 1 in 10 chance of another strider riding it.
Okay, so 1 in 10 for like this type here.
Yep.
So what about
that
triple
strider
stack?
has another, and that strider itself has another 1 in 10 chance of having a strider on it, and a 1 in 30 chance to have a zombie pigling on it. And if it has another strider, I think there would be another 1 in 10 chance that has another strider on it.
You say they can go higher than 3 high?
I think so. I don't see anything that limits that.
Wow. That's pretty crazy. What is Extra doing here? Oh my goodness, Extra. That is so insane. How many did you stack on top of each other?
Ride one of the higher up ones.
Oh, that's insane. There's so many of those guys. Must be like 50 of them. That'd be crazy if it's like an unlimited chance of them stacking. It looks like they don't have a distance rode by strider yet, but they have like distance by horse. They also got like distance by minecart, distance by pig. They need a new statistic for strider. Okay, so they can spawn in 2 blocks of lava, similar to like squid.
Oh yeah, and below 31 as well.
Below Y level 32, so we're looking at 31. They could spawn like right here. That'd be fine. They definitely need this lava to spawn in. If you want to make a farm, you have to take advantage of them like floating upwards. They can't have any solid block above them when they spawned in.
Further below, inside of the lava source as well.
The more lava sources, the better. I guess you want
flowing lava as well.
Or flowing. Okay, so you want like a bunch of lava. You want them to swim upwards the top of it. Then probably just a flying machine that sweeps them all to one end. It could be a pretty crazy perimeter.
Yeah.
Because you actually have to go this low in order to spawn them in.
Something like that. You might as well go all the way down to bedrock and then just make a too high layer at the bottom.
That's true. That probably
Make the sweeping probably much easier.
that'd make the spawning faster too.
Yep.
And maybe pushes them through another portal. So do they use the passive mob cap?
I think so, yeah.
This is like the first passive mob cap used
It's
in
the
another
first-
dimension.
Definitely first passive mob in the Nether. I'm not sure about the cap, but
So passive mob cap is the same in Nether. Would it be 6 mobs? Meaning that you want them all spawned at the same time. Meaning you want a really big mob farm in order to get these guys. So the adults drop XPs as well as items. The little guys drop nothing. So they are pretty much like passive mob, where the older guys don't drop anything. They can stack as high as they want. That would
so
be
like
insane.
a 1 in 10 chance for one high, and like 1 stack, 1 in 100 for a second one, 1,000 for a third one.
Dude, someone needs to figure out. Someone needs to get one of the really rare ones in survival. That's gonna be such a cool thing to try to get in ProtoTech.
Well, ProtoTech now has infinite amount of rare mobs to collect, I guess.
Dude, this is so awesome.
It should. I mean,
Mojang.
it'd probably suffocate them.
I love this update. Can't put armor on them. Something I forgot to mention in the snapshot review video is they made some changes to the fishing in what's considered open water. It says a fishing location is now considered open water if the fishing hook is in water. There are no blocks besides lily pads above the water. And all water blocks are sources with no solid underwater block around them. Now this is kind of vague and almost seems like they didn't really change anything than adding lily pads. We looked into exactly what is required in order to get a treasure loot. So this AFK fish farm still works. There's a rod here. You can see the bobber still showing with the sparkles, meaning it works. Timer's working, everything works. We were able to also pull out fish from here, and it was the treasure enchantment. Actually got enchanted book from it, so it does work. So this setup still works. Let's go ahead and try this one over here. This is the one with the floating water. So we throw a rod here. So it's currently has a particle, so it is working. We'll see. Okay, now it looks like it lost its particles. So it didn't quite make the requirements, so it lost its particles. Looks like as soon as the fish kind of pulls down on this, it no longer becomes a valid treasure enchantment. Like right there, it lost its treasure enchantment. You can still have the hook sitting on top of the boat and reel it in at any time to get the fish, but it's just not going to be a treasure enchantment. So they did actually tweak that. The minimal area is 5x5 water, 2 deep, need 2 air above, and also 5x5 around this center bobber here. If you have only 2 water, when the bobber gets pulled down, it could be too close to bottom, so we put boats there. Or you have to go with a 3 deep water. But this way, you can see that the bobber is unable to actually go deep enough so that it will no longer be considered in the water. So this does count as open water, which is good. But as soon as the bobber would leave the water, then it would no longer count and you wouldn't get treasure enchantment. So lily pad doesn't affect it. See, I still got treasure enchantment with the lily pad on top. So in the overworld, I want to see if the lodestones will work here in the overworld. And if we right click it, yeah, they do work here. But someone said if you break this, then the compass goes crazy. Yep. Yep, the compass goes crazy indeed. But these are different compasses. But even though once they go crazy, they all can like stack with each other. And then I guess once they go crazy, you can right click them again and they get fixed again. Can you stack fixed ones with broken ones? No. Like this one is pointing to this location, or this one was pointing to the old location. That's all I remember. So if I put another one and I point these to this one, now they're 2 different locations. So that compass is hooked to that one. Look at that, guys. That is pretty cool. So you could definitely do some mini games with this. The enchanted part looks really cool. You can put this inside of item frame. They always point the right direction. Unless they're on the ground. Let's see, how do we get home, guys? There, we got some arrows pointing way home. Here on this side. Yep, they still point home. That's pretty cool. We can name this one home. You can name a compass. That's pretty cool. You put an item frame that's gonna keep its name. Home points that way. Huh. Can you use pistons to move lodestones or lodestones? Nope. Can't be pushed. Let's check out their NBT or their block data. It has no block data, which is kind of strange. Can't be pushed. Let's see how explosive it is. Oh, you guys are flying with yours. Nice. There's this weird bug where you can actually fly with them. Summon TNT. Oh, they're pretty blast resistant. Let's do another one, but this one's going to be out of stone. And then, yeah, pretty similar hole. So does lodestones work in the end dimension? Yes, so they pretty much work in any dimension. So if I take this compass and I go back to the overworld, will they go crazy? Yes. So if it's in the wrong dimension, it acts very similar to like a compass in another dimension or a normal compass in end dimension. It goes completely crazy. But then this one, which was going crazy in end dimension, is now normal because we're back here in the overworld. So yeah, very nice way to kind of like find different locations in different dimensions. I guess the closest thing to this was probably the maps. This is a lot more visual and interactive. So if the compass that is put in the item frame goes to like a different dimension or the lodestone is broken, the actual item in the item frame glitches out compared to these, which are stationary. But yeah, I can pretty much tell what the lodestone is broken or not without even going to that location. So the soul soil has to be on the bottom, has a floor top of it, and then there just has to be ice touching adjacent to that area. This works. If you put soul soil underneath, so if there's some soul soil underneath of this lava, and then we put ice above it, it's also going to convert the actual source over as well. So something to keep in mind if you don't want to lose your source block. So if we put basalt into the furnace, put some fuel in it, it no longer cooks. So we have to use a stone cutter to make polish. I guess that way you don't lose any fuel, but you can't do it automatically, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of a trade-off. Fuel versus not being automatic. But having soul sand down here does not help. Soul soil is the only one that works.
Oh.
Wow. That's crazy.
Can't keep up, I guess. There we go.
Jesus. Okay, let's try the double speed out. And hold on right quick. Whoa, that's insanely fast.
Yeah, I don't think the hoppers are keeping up.
We also made a couple basalt flying machine generators. We got one that just makes a normal basalt road. We also made another one that uses rails to actually make an automatic railway flying machine in another dimension. We gave these guys some wheat seeds as well as beet seeds. They're actually putting them into a composter before planting them. It's kind of strange. Go ahead and plant some. The only two seeds that they'll use is beet seeds or wheat seeds that they have extras of that they'll actually turn into compost. But this is only useful in like a wheat farm or a beet farm. And then any extras they'll automatically put into here. They're actually pretty efficient at doing that as well. They'll stick it all in there at once. And they can also pull out the bone mill. You can see how fast they took the bone mill and put more of the compost in there. Haven't really been using their compost too much to grow up. I think they're occupied with other players being around the area. There you go. Now they're using their bone mill. Either holding
So
in their
can you
hand.
like hook up a skeleton farm? Oh, I guess I don't get bone meal from that. A fish farm to give villagers bone meal so they grow crops faster.
Yeah, you definitely could. Or you can just hook up a compost, like a compost that's getting filled, and they could just pick up the bone meal from the composter.
Yeah, but it's not efficient.
Well, yeah, if you have a huge like cactus farm supplying them.
Probably more efficient to just put it directly.
Oh, maybe.
in the
It's
dispenser.
very similar to like what you're saying, like a fish farm.
I guess, yeah, with a cactus farm.
Just one you're just giving them the item, the other one you actually give it in their composter and they take it out. So they changed the villagers, so they will now throw wheat over to other farmers. So now if you want to make like a wheat farm, you have to have another farmer over here. You have to throw items over during non-working hours, rather than actually filling up their whole inventory and having them drop it as item. Now they actually have to transport over. You're gonna have to change your wheat farms up a little bit to make it work. You have to do something like a setup like this. where this guy tries to throw wheat as well as bread over to the other guy. You don't want them to actually breed, because then they'll waste it because they don't have beds. And you want to pick it up with like hopper minecart, or some water. That way you can actually get wheat as well as bread out of these guys. Otherwise, they're just going to constantly try to breed, fail, and use up their wheat by making more bread, using it, trying to breed some more. So the change of bartering in this last snapshot, the hoes are still the rarest, having only a weight of 1. Now we also have the soul speed enchantments. Now they'll give you any type of enchanted book that has soul speed on it randomly, so that's next up. And you'll get one of those, and it'll have a weight of 5 now. So it's a little bit less rare than the ones it used to be. And you also have a chance of getting soul speed on your boots, different levels of it, and that's next up for being the most rare. You also get just one of those, but instead of having a weight of 5, these now have a weight of 8. So you're more likely to get these than you actually get the book. And all the rest are exactly the same, so these are all the numbers. You guys are curious of the weights as well as the amounts you can get. They still haven't brought back any of the Nelium blocks, which you used to have in the old one. So the Nelium block was way over here, because then you could actually obtain this to start your own farm without having to tear up the entire nether to get a bunch of blocks, or you can use this to actually get more netherrack as well. Now when they released the snapshot notes, they didn't release any bug fixes right away, but since then they have released a list of bug fixes they did in this version. This includes quite a few different bugs to do with not only this last Nether update, but also some previous ones. So there was a visual bug with players pulling back bows. It wasn't showing them pulling back that they fixed. They removed the bug where villagers only were picking up 4 stacks of items. There were some inconsistencies with like the crimson variation as well as warp variation of the planks. Since they don't burn, they shouldn't burn in furnaces. They changed it so they can't burn in furnaces. And there was a problem that the warp fences and crimson fences did not connect with other fences. There's also some improper animations occurring on like crossbows, shields, and bows that they fixed. So smokers actually use planks surrounded a furnace to be crafted up, and they weren't allowing you to use the new stem types. Another similar fix they did was campfires used logs to be crafted. They weren't allowing you to use the new stem type, so they fixed both that. Pretty old and annoying bug, which is all loaded tile ticks instantly run in the first tick after loading the chunk. This made some inconsistent redstone, because oftentimes the game would have to wait a certain amount of time before like a piston extended, but with this bug it would instantly extend, meaning timings were off. They fixed the problem we've seen with arrows sticking in midair after being pushed with a piston. That'll help us with our flying target block machine. They also did some changes to do with mobs and stuff dismounting. So like when they leave a minecart or a boat, now it's going to place them more properly, including placing them over a trapdoor. They fixed the problem with twisting vine actually growing higher than what it's supposed to naturally. You can force grow it with bone meal if you want it to go super high. They also changed the hitbox of the twisting vine. You can see it is a lot smaller. It used to be almost a full block. There's a problem with arrows physics not working correctly when in a target block that was moving. So hopefully that'll help us with our fly machines, because that has now been changed. The problem we seen earlier where glowstone wasn't being consumed when putting it into a anchor block has now been changed. I also made some more changes to the anchor block, which wasn't working consistently when there was like stuff obstructing the sides, or like you're going through the end dimension, it would teleport you to use up a charge even though you're just going through the exit end portal. They fixed a problem to do with villagers not generating in villages, something that Mr. Jeff, the Twitch streamer, actually brought to my attention. So that has now been reverted back, so you should be able to see more villagers in the villages. New nether gold ore now drops XPs. You can see that when you break it, XPs will come out of it. They don't look like very much, but you are getting some. Like about 2 XPs. They also changed it so that the respawn anchor is now immune to dragon damage, so you wouldn't have to worry about it being destroyed when you're there like at the end dimension. I'm not sure why you would have it there in the end dimension, because you can't actually use it to respawn in the end. But it is made out of cranium obsidian, and cranium obsidian does not get destroyed by dragons. They also made a change so that you can fish near a lily pad. That won't affect your chance of getting the treasure loot. They changed villager gossips, so it no longer uses the old UUIDs. They also may change the entities not loading in structure blocks duplicate UUIDs. As well as if you use F3 plus I, it'll no longer copy the UUID. That way you can summon something without it trying to summon an exact same mob, which the game will allow you to do and make it just invisible. And that's something we were seeing when we're trying to summon specific types of mobs in past versions. Oh no, don't hit the ground, don't hit the ground, don't hit the ground, don't hit the ground, go higher, higher, higher! Oh no. Oh no.
Oh
This is,
god.
this is
Oh,
an
that's
interesting
awesome.
way to transport players. Make sure you don't lose each other.
I think if you're flying with the light jet, it'd probably break. It probably wouldn't be able to keep with you.
Grandma,
Oh, yep, that lead broke. It's too bouncy.
what the heck? Eagle Eye always thought it
GG.
was just you go.
I'm pulling activation.
We need to get a screenshot.
Activation's pulling Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye's pulling
I
this
got
other guy. Oh, he got stuck behind.
Oh no, he got lost. Get him. Get him back. Back. No.
He got left behind.
Get him.
Let's see if I can actually pull you guys up this hill. Or if anybody gets left behind.
I have to hold my rod. Oh, I got left behind.
Yeah,
No.
everybody got left behind. Adult with a saddle, baby with a saddle, and a pig riding the baby with a saddle. Even though we can't ride the babies with
Giant
saddles.
air gap in the middle of them. That's some great coding right there.
My legs aren't moving.
It looks like he's like carpet sliding. Everyone else's legs are moving except for yours. It's just legs are stiff, moving straight. That's so funny. You get the rare one coming along. The adult one detached, and now it's just a baby walking with a big zombie piglet on top of it. What the heck? He has such little legs, he can't hardly keep up. Like, the big one's always like, come on guys, keep moving me.
3 of them are babies.
Oh wow. Eagle Eye here just got a 4 stack.
Uh-oh.
Don't kill him, don't kill him!
Oh god.
And 3 of them are babies.
This spawned so many.
That's so cool. So they don't have saddles on them. None of them do. So I guess some have a chance of saddles, some don't. I really had a lot of fun during our snapshot testing stream. I really hope you guys did as well. We had a lot of people join us. We almost reached 200 people during the stream, which is pretty insane. If you guys did miss out on the last snapshot stream, it was 6 hours long, but we will be doing another one this Friday. So make sure you guys follow me on my social media, links down below. That way you guys get informed of when the next one starts. We got tons of more things that we want to test during that snapshot stream. Make sure you save the date. Overall, there's a lot of cool stuff that came out just in this snapshot alone, and you will definitely see some more videos going into these contraptions I showed today, but in more detail. And thanks to cheer codes, we're looking into the Minecraft code to get the exact detail about these mobs and other things we tested out. And as always, remember to share this video with other Minecrafters so they can learn about the cool changes coming to 1.16. I would like to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.